Hello again and welcome back. We are on the second leg of the Ground Zeroes mission now. I hope that you are happy to be back. I'm certainly happy to be back. We are now transitioning from rescuing Chico to rescuing Paz.
Did he leave the tape recording while he was being moved?
Again, this is not my first playthrough, so I certainly know exactly where Paz is. You can actually go ahead and rescue Paz first in the game, and it sort of changes away around the way the mission plays out. But today we're going to just do things sort of like normal. And like normal involves shooting two dudes. They would be an issue later on, so we're going to go ahead and make sure that they are not. Making our way down here. There's a fellow up in that guard tower. We don't want him there, so we're going to make sure he's not there. The cassette tapes, I think, are, one, a pretty cool way of paying nod to the era in which this game is supposed to take place, but also provides that sort of mission essential information without having you just have a codec conversation for it. So I personally appreciate that. I am missing a lot of folks here. I need to deactivate that flashlight again. This is not the same playthrough. I apologize if you think it was. I did not mean to lead you on, but that is clearly going to be a plot hole in the narrative of this being the same playthrough, because that is clearly a flashlight that is on. And we have just set off an alert. This fellow, who is far too resilient for his own good, it's okay. We got him, and we're going to make this the best of this alert we can, which is to say we're going to hide and hope no one finds us. So far that seems to be going pretty well. I'm being shot, and I don't know from where. There's a fellow shooting at me. We're going to go ahead and hide. We're going to hide in a place where no one will suspect to find us, which is at the objective. Oh, hi. This guy expected us, I suppose. Hopefully he's knocked out. There's a lot of alarms going off. This is a problem. Whoop. Sweet jump down, and they won't even know we're here. It's like we never even existed, except for the several dead Marines, the knocked out Marines, and the concrete proof that someone saw us just before he died and radioed in that we were here. So, ignoring all those factors, we were never seen. We're going to make our way down here. Up. They know what we're after, it seems. So, suppress this fellow. And got that satisfying kind of crunch noise, meaning that we have neutralized that specific target. Does anyone know where we are? Hello. So we're going to have to go ahead and use first aid. Oh, that's horrifying. As we spray our very, very well-toned abs down. We're going to go ahead and head back here, and we're going to do something that does not come naturally to me, which is patience. And we're going to hope we don't get noticed. You'll notice that we can't actually see in both directions at once, so there's a lot of tension right here, because I can only shoot in one direction, and they're probably going to look for me somewhere around here.
CP, this is Delta 1. Lost eyes on enemy. Checking last point of contact. Over. This is CP. Understood. Make your check, but proceed with caution. Out.
Now we have 2 points of kind of mutually exclusive avenues of approach. Sort of four, really.
CP,
This is
Delta
bad.
6. Hostile got out of sight. Searching now.
I just want them to go away right now, so I'm going to be very careful.
Standing down. Make contact with the target.
I'm just going to make sure that I don't run into nobody who can set off an alert, or at least I'm going to make sure I don't run into nobody who is alive and can set off an alert, or at least conscious, because this is going to be a lot more... Oh, hello. You're asleep. You're asleep. So these 4 very sleepy men are not going to cause any alerts now. And we're going to go ahead and pull Paz out. Paz is not quite in the best shape of her life. She has been receiving some very poor treatment while a detainee of this site, and we're going to get her out. We're going to do our best to make sure that she is rescued from this terrible fate. Very good lighting in this scene, actually, and I think it's very interesting. It's for all the ridiculous stuff that goes on in these kinds of games and the sort of weird things that happen on the side that are just accepted as fact. I think it's pretty cool that they have a character like Snake here who, despite having gone through so much and being such a jaded soldier, is willing to come in and rescue this person who is sort of hopeless and sort of has already cut ties with him in such a major way that he could easily walk away or come in to just kill her, which would have, you know, been reasonable. And I think that actually the original mission given was go kill her, and he was like, nah, that's not me. So hats off to you, Snake. Hats off to this guy for taking a nap. We're gonna make our way out the same way we came in and hope that's not a problem. Probably is. These 2 Marines are gonna make it a problem. But they're going to luckily stand still, and then that guy's not going to notice anything until it's too late, and then he's going to have a poncho on immediately after I shoot him. No, never mind. He did not have a poncho on. I'm sorry. I must be seeing things. We cannot take care of that camera. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there is a camera, and it is a concern, but we can't really deal with it, so we're going to just sneak our way out quietly. Given that this is a secret sneaking mission, that should be easy for us, because that's kind of our specialty. That's our thing. Oh, that camera has seen us. We're not sneaking very well right now, so we're going to go with the old sneaking fallback of just keep acting like you haven't been noticed and keep walking. And it seems to have worked out for us. There's some dudes here. We're going to go ahead and take out dude numero uno, and dude numero 2 is going to freak out for a bit before getting pumped full of tranks, not really doing much about it, and then going to sleep because he probably has just OD'd on sedatives.
Keep an eye out for nearby enemies.
I'm going to go ahead and call the chopper. It seems like a good idea. There's a moderate danger of where we're sending him. I have not had a chopper shot down ever in this game, so if that happens, I'm going to be very sad, especially since Morpho is kind of my main man. He takes care of me, makes sure I get in and I get out. In the meanwhile, I guess he inserts us. I don't know if he actually inserts us, but he certainly gets us out every time. We are making our way downtown, walking fast, and no one is here to see us. So things are going well right now. We're just gonna hike on down.
This is Morpho, arriving shortly at LZ.
Nope, we better not keep Morpho waiting. I don't think there's anyone here, so this probably won't go wrong. You can notice if you look really closely, and if... Oh, okay, never mind. Just a moment. Okay, things are solved. There are no problems right now. So, if you look really closely, you can see that that guy is wearing headphones that are keeping all the information and noise out. That was not a good choice on his part. Please tell me that hit. Yes, it did. I'm taking out these guys now because I have no idea whether or not this will make a difference on whether or not Morpho gets shot down. But I'm certainly not going to allow soldiers to be awake and shooting at my chopper. I need to get out. It seems that it has made a difference. As you can see, that... Okay, dude. You need to stop that. The ring underneath Morpho has gone from sort of an orangish color to a white. So hopefully that means that he's a lot safer now. He's coming down. He's going to get us out. And we're going to move into the ending scene. I'm not going to go through the entire ending of this game. I think that there's value in what happens, and I think that it's certainly not hard to put together what happens, but if you want to experience it for yourself, I think it's a pretty good scene to watch. So maybe go ahead and have a look for yourself. We are going to, however, address the scene beforehand, which is probably a bit rough, let's say. So we're going to get right into that right now. That's the end of the gameplay proper. Afterward, we get our score. I think that that's not bad. 15 minutes total for the whole thing. Once again, this is not the same playthrough as you might have seen in part 1. They are sort of connected playthroughs, so maybe the time's a bit off, but that's about the right time. We're going to wait for this to load. We're going to wait for this to load. We're going to wait for this to load. This is a fairly long cutscene that we're headed into. We're only going to see sort of the first leg of it, though, so here we go. We made it back. There's Paz. She is lying down, still covered in what is probably blood. Chico is... I don't know how he's standing, actually, in this scene, but I'm not really going to call them out on it. It's sort of necessity of the scene going forward properly. Luckily, we have Snake and one medic. This scene is kind of brutal, kind of graphic. If you don't like seeing this kind of thing, if you don't like weird surgery scenes and heavy flesh wounds, you might want to just go ahead and backspace on all this, or at least look away. Unfortunately, there's probably a lot of squishy noises, as I recall. This was a very rough scene for me to watch. I think that Kiefer Sutherland did a very good job with his sort of contribution to Snake's performance in these games, and here it obviously... wow. Very heavy wounds like this are just always very hard to look at, and I think they, you know, in all things, they did a very good job of rendering it in the game, which worries me that someone spent a lot of time rendering it in the game, but we're now reaching into a person's abdomen, and they're not anesthetized. This is a very intense scene. I think this scene is very strong. Obviously, it's maybe a bit cheap, but wow. You'll notice the blood flecks that have gotten onto Chico's face. Whew. There is a lot of detail put into the scene. They worked on the scene, and it shows, and it is very harrowing. Sort of the building music, the chaotic camera, her eyes shaking as she assumedly just nearly passes the F out. Turn it over, there's a little peace symbol, very dark humor thing, and obviously a very brutal scene. Thank you very much for watching. Much like that bomb, we are out of this helicopter, and I hope that you have an excellent day. We will see you some other time, and hopefully with a less gory and horrible scene. Thank you very much for watching this far if you managed. Have a good one.